What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast. And on this broadcast, we continue our Sunday simulation series here where we are taking the Philadelphia Phillies and trying to turn them into a World Series winner. So where we last left off, we are now at the beginning of the 2024 spring training season. So honestly, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to fast forward through pretty much all of spring training. And we just want to get to the end here so we can advance on to the regular season. And all right, so let's take care of this. So we're going to take a look at the lineup really quickly here. So we did make some changes this offseason, as you can see, with Ahmed Rosario being brought in, and we have Taylor Ward. So there are some changes to this roster in a big way. Picked up Kike Hernandez, David Fletcher. So these guys are going to provide some real versatility for us in the long term. So on the pitching side of things, we picked up Sonny Gray. So there's just, some overall some changes here. So we're going to try to see how these moves kind of get us into position for postseason run. So now we're going to begin with our scouting assignments. And we're going to go ahead. We changed out our entire coaching staff. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to have our scouts kind of run through some different things. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look for some pitchers. Our second priority is going to be scouting some pitchers as well. And we're going to start them in the international. And the third assignment is we're going to try to discover some position players in the infield international. So this is going to be the first week of our scouting plan. So we're going to go ahead, simulate through this first week. And now back to our scouting assignments. So some different things that we were able to do here, some new prospects that were discovered. We're going to edit the assignment and we're going to move them to the central. Same thing here. We're going to now move them to the east and to the east. So we're going to do this for a couple of weeks. We're going to go ahead, fast forward through back to our scouting assignment. So with going through and doing the scouting here, it really gives us a lot more depth in terms of kind of what we're doing and the control that we have over the organization. And it becomes something that if, as we continue to try to build this team into a World Series winner, that it becomes important to set the future. And that's kind of what we're looking to do. So, all right, so now we're going to change some things up. We've gone through, we're going to cancel out all these initial assignments. We're now going to go ahead and start to scout out some prospects. So we have the 17th overall pick. So as I've done, we are going to go ahead and kind of look to see where MLB's projected can't get the word out, rankings are for these different prospects, and just kind of see where they fall into ours. So this is a overall 20th ranked in terms of MLB's rankings. We have them at 7th, but as you can see, the 99 overall. So we definitely want to try and pay attention there again. So we're going to scout a prospect here. We want to, kind of see which prospects are set to come in and around that draft position that we're going to be in. And if they potentially have some, higher potential assets. So this is the player that is ranked at 17th right now for both us and for MLB. We're going to have a continued discovery. We're going to go infield internationally. And this will be our plan for the week. So we're going to go through, fast forward. All right. And so now we're starting to get a little bit better of a picture here of these prospects. We're going to go ahead with another week of checking them out, seeing where we are there. We're going to take and we're going to move this to the east. All right. So we're going to fast forward. So now we're through the first month of the season. We're going to go ahead and see kind of where these players end up in our ranking. So neither one is all that highly valued at this point from our scouts. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to change the prospect now that we're looking at. So this prospect comes in at 16th in MLB's draft, and we're going to go ahead and scout. So we want to see the players, like I said, that are going to be in and around that 15th, 16th, 17th spot for our potential pick, because we want to definitely be able to make sure that we have that spot well scouted so that we can make sure we make the right decision come draft day. So definitely want to kind of take a look and see just what's available, what's out there, if there's any prospects that could potentially even be, maybe not as well evaluated, and keep them active. We're going to go back. So let's continue. So the Phillies now have this prospect ranked at 40th as opposed to MLB's that has him at 14th. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cancel this one. We're going to go ahead and continue searching, seeing what we have. Now this prospect is ranked 21st by MLB, but 5th by the Phillies. So we definitely want to see what we have in that prospect. So we're going to keep going through here, just these first few weeks. Okay, so we continue. Yeah, I want to keep these same ones going for another week, just because I want to see exactly kind of where they really end up in terms of Phillies rankings for them. So we're going to get through the week. That will also bring us one step closer to where we need to be in terms of the draft. Okay, so these guys are fully scouted, and go ahead and change the prospect out now. We're coming close to the end here, and definitely want to see where we are. So let's see. All right, and let's see. All right, so we're gonna scout these ones out a bit more, and let's finalize it for the week. We're coming close to the end of our drafting session as we get closer to the All-Star break, and we're definitely gonna want to take a look at that. But let's see, a couple of trades made, nothing super noteworthy, but let's see where we are. We're half a game behind the Atlanta Braves in the divisional battle, and in the wild card we're leading the way. So it's a pretty good lead right now between us and the third place Mets in the division, but half a game out behind the Braves. So we're going to go ahead and now change this prospect out. So we want to be able to, like I said, we want to be able to have ourselves in a position where we know everybody that's going to be in and around our draft spot. I think that it's going to be important for us to really cash in with that first pick that we have in the first round. It's going to be very important to be able to make a smart and informed decision as an organization, and we definitely want to be able to kind of make sure of that. So now I also want to kind of go back later in the draft and see where maybe these our second round pick and our third round pick could potentially fall into, in terms of where MLB is scouting these guys. So definitely kind of want to take a look at that. Especially that for these guys, these couple of prospects, they're mostly scouted out. So just kind of want to take a look at some of these ones back here, maybe to be able to make a little bit of a better pick in the second and third round. So obviously when you're looking at these players in these later rounds, you're not quite as sure what is going to be what they're going to be about at that point, kind of where they stand right now. But you also want to be able to kind of see what you could potentially have with them, especially like a prospect like this that has that 85 to 99 potential. So we definitely want to see what we have, or what we could potentially have with that. All right, so now back to the scouting. So this guy's almost potentially fully scouted, so we're going to go ahead, keep changing the prospect out. Again, I want to kind of push towards the second and third round in the draft, just because I want to be able to make sure that we have some opportunities to see some players that may be coming in later in the draft, and someone that we may be able to kind of find that diamond in the rough for our team, and be able to make an impact later on. So kind of take a look back here. And let's go ahead and continue here. We had a big weekend on the major league side. As we see, we can 5 games up now over the Braves in the division. And that's going to be a big help to us as we continue to try to build towards a World Series winner here. All right, so we got a couple of prospects fully scouted, so we're definitely going to change them out. And again, we want to kind of make sure that we have all our bases covered. And one of the things you can see with this prospect right here, he's opted out of the doctor exam, so that always leaves a little bit of a question mark as to whether or not he's healthy, and someone that you will want to spend your hard-earned draft pick on for your organization. So definitely an intriguing thing there, but also at the same time something that may put us in a bad position. So all right, so this player's injured, as you can see here, so I'm gonna change and continue looking. So we want to look in that early 50s range in terms of MLB's ranking, just because we want to see kind of what we have in them. And let's see what else we can find here. So let's see. And I mean, I think we've done a good job thus far of being able to kind of grade out where these prospects are, and just kind of see, yeah, a lot of these guys have opted out. It's very interesting. All right. So we're going to go ahead now. And we're approaching the end of our window here for the draft, so we definitely want to use this week to kind of capitalize. So I want to leave both of these guys because I think that they're going to fall into our second round, but gotten a lot of attention on, enough of attention, I think, on that particular prospect. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna scout him a little bit better. All right, so this is probably gonna be the last week for scouting. Skip, and we're gonna go to the draft. So we're gonna go ahead and head into the draft. Draft is gonna begin, and number 1 overall pick. So the Red Sox have selected Sam Estrella. Opted out, yeah. Shortstop prospect. Right, number 2. I really like the new presentation from MLB The Show 23 with this draft selection. I think that they obviously spent a lot of time on it, creating it. Jerry Landry, number 2 to the Rockies. But it's just such a beautiful presentation. I think that obviously the team of San Diego Studios does a tremendous job with everything that they do, but it's just such a fun reveal thing. They have that kind of same reveal pattern for Diamond Dynasty, and it's just really cool. I think that we're gonna jump ahead to our pick at number 17. And wow, so the number 1 overall we didn't really scout him either. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a flyer. So it's a lot of unknowns because we didn't actually scout this player. All right. Yeah, because you figure the first player we scouted was unranked by MLB. But all right, we're gonna take him. We're gonna draft him, see how things work out, and we're gonna skip ahead to our next pick. All right, so this one we definitely scouted quite well. So we're gonna go ahead and select Jerome Kirkland. And again, we're gonna jump ahead. Let's see. So we got a couple of players that we scouted. So let's see. So a lot of interest from this player. We don't have him scouted all that well. Let's go ahead and it's funny because the guys that we have scouted semi-well or aren't even ranked. Okay. You know, he opted out, which is what's leaving me kind of not ranked by MLB. We have him ranked 72nd. Kind of go down from there with the ones that we did scout. All right, let's take a flyer. I think that it's going to be interesting to see how things go with simulate the rest of the draft. So let's go ahead and let's clear out these notifications. All right, a couple more trades made. Liriano to the Guardians, Ryan Presley to the Padres, Tim Anderson to the Guardians as well. Wow, that's pretty big. Okay, so now we're gonna kind of focus ourselves, our perspective on the team, to now trying to figure out what kind of trades we could potentially make to improve our ball club. So, as I get a drink here from our Baseball Banter Broadcast thermos. So it's going to be interesting now to kind of see where we stand. So we'll take a look at the lineup. So got some good numbers here. Bryce is having a season, bro. 347. Ahmed is doing pretty well. Turner's average is a little lower than expected. So Reese is cold at the moment, but overall I would say a solid year. Bohm's having a great year. Marsh, nice. Castellanos is struggling, but I think that's probably because he's not getting enough ABs. And looking at Stubbs. Kike is doing well. Fletcher, not so much. Yeah, we got Castellanos on the page. All right, and let's take a look at the pitching side of things. Yeah, so we're getting pretty decent Sonny Gray, bro. So we could use some help in the bullpen for sure. Obviously, our big guys are doing it up, but we need some help in the middle relief department. And as our number 5 starter. So let's take a look at the trade block and see. So Alex Wood is available. Zach Eflin, Frankie Montas. So, now Sean Manai is having a very good year. Lance Lynn is having a tremendous year. Zach Plesac. All right, so there's some guys we can take a look at. All right, I'm gonna see who's rebuilding. So obviously the Nationals, the Reds, yeah, it makes sense. The Pirates, the Diamondbacks. Ooh, that's gonna be the one we're gonna try to target. Yeah, Rockies, Giants, Red Sox, Tigers, Royals. Wow, Brady Singer's having a tremendous year. Look at that ERA, sparkling. And let's see. Yeah, wow. Very good year from Zach Jackson of the Oakland A's. Not that many innings under the belt, though. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can make some sort of deal with the Diamondbacks here. Yeah, not enough of that. All right, let's see what it's gonna take to get a deal done. Wow, they are not interested in what we have, which really isn't all that much. So let me see, because yeah, even if I give them Painter, they don't want him. That's saying something, because Andrew Painter's a beast. Yeah, I can I can make the deal if I add anybody else other than Sonny Gray. He sucks. Alright, man, I don't know that I'm interested in giving up Painter and Bryson Stott and a B-level prospect. to be able to make this deal happen. Oh man. I mean, obviously you gotta give up value to get value, and Zach Gallen would be a tremendous addition to the team. But he's only got one more year left of arbitration, where with Painter, I have him for the next 6 years. And Bryson Stott and Hans Kraus, just it does not add up to me to be able to make this deal. It's just too much for not enough coming back, even with as talented as Zach Gallen is. I just can't make that move. There's just not enough time left on Zach Gallen's deal for me to make that move, and for it to feel like a wise investment. Yeah, it just doesn't add up to me, sadly. Yeah. Yeah, I would have loved to have been able to make that move, but it's gonna cost too much. And even 2 years of Brady Singer they just don't add up to that either. Yeah. Now, Shohei, that would be the guy. So, actually, I wonder, it'd have to be somebody with some meat on their contract. Yeah, nobody wants Sonny Gray. Oh, man. Yeah. It would have to be somebody talented and with some meat on their contract. So, yeah, it's not gonna work. To give up Wheeler. Yeah, I can't do that. Nope, it's just too much to give up. So, that part of it's just not gonna work out. But let's see, the Brewers have Sean Manaea on the block. Now he's at 12 mil. It's taking a good chunk of what we got. But if I can, I can maybe move Sonny Gray. That would be great, because Manaea is about to be a free agent, and he's younger. Even though he's making a couple more million, I think that might be the deal to do if we can get it for not a whole lot else. Let me see. Yeah, let me add Nick Nelson. Just to add a little bit of change in there. Yeah, literally I can add whoever else I want, and it'll put the deal over the top. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is I'm gonna throw in, let me see. Yeah, might as well. Former #1 overall, I believe, Mark Appel. But yeah, at this point, not a whole lot of anything. All right, so I think we're gonna make this deal for Sean Manaea. Cool. All right, so that's gonna then plug him into the 5th spot in the rotation, and that should actually really help us out. Like I said, offensively we're good. I think that where we are right now puts us in a very good spot. Let's see if we got anybody participating in the home run derby. Bryce, nice. Let's get that, and let's take a look and see who is representing the Philadelphia Phillies in the All-Star game. So Nola, and he's getting the nod as the starter. David Bedard, or David Bednar, I should say. Let's see, offensively, Bryce Harper, JT. Okay, so we got a couple guys there. All right. So the Blue Jays have a trade offer for us. Ricky Tiedemann, who's their top prospect, actually. #1 overall prospect in their organization. For Brandon Marsh. Now, Marsh has been having a tremendous season for us. And although Kike has been doing a good job as well, I'm not looking to make that deal right now. So we're going to go ahead and have to decline the Blue Jays on that. So now our signing of our draft picks is in position. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look. All right, so Stevie, who opted out, is healthy, which is a good thing. All 3 of these guys are in a position right now where we can offer them a deal. So yeah, so we don't even have to go above ask. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna offer it, and he signed. Perfect. Go ahead and offer a contract here. So let's bring this down, see if we can get him under slot. And he declined. All right, well, so his interest is lessened here. All right, we're gonna offer him. He also declined. Man, these guys are being greedy for money. Right. So we got to go through the next few days to be able to re-offer a new deal. All right, so let's see. Let me bring the offer down to 3. All right, cool. He's decided to sign because we also have an allotment that we have to sign all these draft picks with, or I should say. So we definitely want to try to offer as minimal as possible to be able to. Man, this guy's being stingy. All right, let's go through these next few days. All right, we can head back to an extension. All right, so I'm gonna give you. That's all you're gonna get. And cool, he decided to sign. All right, so now all 3 of these we have to give another few days. So let's see where we are with the trading block. So there's a potential for some contract extension talk. He wants to be the ace. I want to put you in the rotation, and I don't really want to go all that crazy with your offer right now. I think all these guys, honestly, actually Ranger's not asking for anything too crazy. So I think what I'm gonna do is give you 5-year offer, $34 million, and a player option. Cool. Yeah. You're not looking for anything too crazy. David Bednar. Alright, I think I'm gonna go 5 at 23. Alright, so he wants a little more. 23. Trying to get him for as minimal a price increase as I can. So let's see. It's probably gonna run me to 25. He's looking for more than that. Man, this dude. All right, cool. All right, so let's leave that for now. Gotta go through the next 3 days in order to get these guys up to the potential to be able to sign. All right, so we can offer you a contract. Let's go there, and you declined. All right, let's continue. All right, and let's see where we are. All right, cool. So we only got 2 prospects left that have to be signed. All right. So let's see what we can do. Decided to sign. Perfect. And let's continue on. Man, we always struggle with the Marlins, dude, the Phillies. All right, 1 prospect left, and we still have quite a bit of an allotment. All right, let's get through. Today is the trading deadline. All right, 4 games up in the division. Like I said, offensively, I feel like we're really in a good place. I think that we have the necessary depth on the bench. All those guys are super versatile. And I think that we have a good rotation right now. I think that, and our bullpen, man, even. I think obviously there's a couple of guys that are have a little higher of an ERA than I'd like, but overall, I think we have the pieces needed to be able to make that run. Why is it good? Yeah, he's struggling. Really, we would just try to look for another bullpen arm. Okay, this might be an arm that we got to go after. 46 innings. Daniel Hudson. Problem is, I'm not trying to give up too much for him either. That's going to be the thing. This is a 37-year-old who's having a great run right now, but I'm also not trying to give up too much for him. So yeah, of course he'd be willing to make that deal. 26-year-old starter for a 37-year-old reliever. I don't think that it's going to be really worth making that move. I think that this is the team that we're going to head into October with. So let's see if we can get this last guy to sign, and again he declined. Oh, well, guess he didn't want to sign. Yep, sure didn't. Okay, well, that was a waste of a draft pick. All right, let's finish out the month. Oh, this is a big time blow. Alec Boehm out for 2 to 3 months. Man, that's a big blow because Boehm was really doing this thing for us. Ward placed third, and that puts Castellanos into the everyday lineup. And I know that Kike's playing better, and so is, well, Fletcher's not so much, but I just feel like with where the team is right now, third, and put Schwarber back in there at left. Yeah. Okay, so we're 3 games up right now. Let's go ahead and finish off the month of August. We now have our, see, man, that was such a big blow because he was playing so well for us. Now 2.5 games back of the Braves. All right, so we gotta add a few players to the roster. So we're gonna move Bryson Stott up. Go. And want to add an arm to the proceedings, but nope. None of them are really doing all that well. Okay, Marte is doing pretty well. So those are going to be the 3 that we bring up. All right. Oh man, that stretch right there is what will do us in. So literally 5 straight losses and 6 out of 7. And especially that we're not playing. Yeah. Oh man, look at that. That put us 6 games. The Braves have already clinched the postseason spot. We still have the number 1 spot in terms of the wild card, but and that makes it a much more difficult road than to be able to so man, so we made it to the wild card, but we lost out on the division. So let's go ahead. So congratulations, Philadelphia. The Phillies have finished the season at 96-66, a .593 winning percentage. You have made the postseason as a wild card team and will be playing the Marlins in the first round of the postseason. So league leaders: Aaron Nola, winning percentage, wins, and starting pitcher whip. Bryce doing its thing. Doubles leader, batting average leader, slugging percentage leader, on base plus slugging percentage leader. Yeah, Bryce had a good year. Really good year. Let's see these awards. Aaron Nola wins the Cy Young. Bryce Harper the Hank Aaron Award. Nola wins the MVP. Harper wins the batting title. All right, I'll take it. Yo, but the fact that Harp wasn't even in here, man, that's some wild stuff right here. The fact that Harp wasn't even in the most valuable player race. That's wild. Okay, So as we take a look at this bracket here, the Phillies are the 4th seed taking on the 5th seed Miami, the 3rd seed. Man, we even fell out of the top spot in the wild card. Cubs taking on the 6th seed Milwaukee Brewers. The Dodgers and Braves get a bye. On the American League side of things, the Angels will take on the 3rd seed Angels will take on the 6th seed Yankees. The 4th seed Blue Jays versus the 5th seed Astros. Wow, that's a crazy one right there. And the Rays and Guardians are getting the first round bye, the wild card round bye. Crazy thing there. All right, so the Phillies don't have a full lineup because they bumped Castellanos down to the minors. Yeah, I definitely don't want that. All right, let's adjust this roster real quick. So Castellanos is being added to the postseason roster, and Sosa is Bryson runs and plays defense, so not as good. All right, still gonna move him. Now let's go to this lineup. We're gonna put Nick back in the lineup. And yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead. Perfect. We move on. We now are facing the Dodgers. Hey, we've beaten the Dodgers. Let's go. All right. Alec Boehm's time on the injured list is finished, but he still will be injured 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So the all-important Game 7 in the National League Championship Series against the Phillies, against the Milwaukee Brewers. So let's kind of take a look at the brackets real quick. So obviously the Phillies took the 2 games against Miami to move on, and the Brewers took the 2 games against the Cubs to move on. Milwaukee would go 3-2 over Atlanta to advance. The Phillies would go 3-1 over the Dodgers to move on, and we now find ourselves in a 3-3 tie going into Game 7. On the American League side, the Angels would take 2-1 over the Yankees to advance, and the Blue Jays would take 2 over Houston. Toronto would take 3-1 over Tampa, and Cleveland would go 3-2 over the Angels to move on. Toronto 4-1 over Cleveland to advance to the World Series. So the winner of this next matchup will face off against the Toronto Blue Jays in the 2024 World Series. So let's take a look real quick at the numbers for our lineup. So Bryce still doing his thing. Trey's stepping it up in the post. Getting a little bit of struggle here from Ahmed and from Schwarbs. Reese is struggling big time. And on the pitching side of things, let's see. Oh, yeah. All right, so you're getting sent to the bullpen, Manai. I don't know why I didn't do that before, but so we're getting some good support out of the bullpen. Matt Moore, buddy, you're doing me dirty right now. Gregory Soto, struggling strong. You're gonna get put into a more prominent position, my friend. All right, so see where this places us. Ranger Suarez against Jared Boggs, and the Phillies have been eliminated from the playoffs by the Brewers. All right, well, that ensures one other thing as we finish out. The Blue Jays defeated the Brewers in the 2024 World Series. All right, let's take a look real quick. Bryce was doing his thing, man. This guy is born to play in the postseason. Man, what a difference I think that Alec Bohm could have made for this team on this run. Got tremendous starting pitching. The bullpen kind of faltered a bit. Obviously, the big guys, the big dogs in that bullpen did their thing, but the bridge to get from the starters to those high-end guys faltered. Let me see what the box score was. Man, it was 2-1. It took all the way to the 12th inning. What a game. Man, what a game. Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, so we're going to advance today and head to the off season. So as we take a look at some of these retiring players, Mike Maldonado, Justin Turner, Manny Pena, Lucas Litke. All these guys are age and ability. I always like to take a look at the ones that are departing because of injury. Verlander's gone. Mark Melanson, Yu Darvish, Kenta Maeda. So quite a bit here. Lorenzo Kane, Asco. So quite a few names here. Quite a few names. Josh Donaldson. All right. Okay, so this is where we find ourselves now, having to retool. Let's finish off this list. All right, Hall of Fame, Justin Verlander, as one would expect. All right. So we're now about to have to begin the offseason between 2024 and 2025. We have some very important players that we're going to have to try to take a look at, seeing if we can re-sign them. If not, we're going to have to head to free agency to kind of retool some things. Obviously, from an offensive perspective, pretty much our entire offensive lineup is coming back. The situation we're going to have to find ourselves in is that we're going to have a high-end reliever that's walking, 2 of them, and 3/5 of our rotation is now on the free agent block. So we're going to have to make some serious decisions here as we look forward to the 2025 season with these Philadelphia Phillies. So let me know down in the comments what team you'd like to see us face off with next as we continue to try to wrap through this Phillies franchise Sunday simulation series. And this is a fun series for me, so I always enjoy this. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Which one of these 3 starters should we focus on? Obviously, I think there's one right answer for sure. But let me know your thoughts down. What kind of contract should we offer Zach Wheeler, who's 34, going to be 35, heading into the 2025 season? So let me know what you think we should offer him down in the comments. Maybe that might be the deal that we end up going with. Maybe we'll run some sort of giveaway to anybody that accurately predicts the contract that I end up giving to Zach Wheeler if he signs it. Maybe we'll run something special for a giveaway. So, but once again, obviously you know the deal. This is a YouTube channel, so subscribe, hit the bell for post notifications, hit the like button. All those things do a tremendous job to help us continue to build out this baseball community here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast. We have our merchandise shop, baseballbanterbroadcast.com, which we have a ton of promo codes you can use to save on that merch. We have laracuente.com, which is our website where we post new articles daily, again, mostly covering the world of Major League Baseball, but we do offer some other different insights as well. And of course, again, if you haven't hit the subscribe. Follow us on our other social media outlets on Twitter, banter_baseball, on TikTok and Instagram at Baseball Banter Broadcast. We do a lot of coverage throughout the course of the season. Every day we're posting a baseball quote of the day, the game of the night. For all my Yankee fans, I do a Yankee recap at the end of the night. So make sure you keep it locked in. We're putting out new content every single day here on this channel, as well as every day new articles on laracuenteledger.com. If you've stuck around to this point and you're interested in joining me here at the Baseball Banter Broadcast, drop a comment down below. Find me over on Twitter, banter_baseball. Shoot me over a DM. Or you can find us on you can email us at our email handle. I'll put it right here on the screen for you. So thank you for tuning in. Definitely keep it locked in all season as we continue to bring you a ton of baseball coverage throughout the course of 2023 and beyond. So I will catch you guys on the next Sunday simulation series when we continue to try to turn the Phillies into a World Series winner. So I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.